Welcome to Global Watch. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The United States has offered the Philippines advanced F-16 Block 70 fighter jets, a move that could transform the country's air defense capabilities and reshape its role in the region. This offer signals a major shift in the Indo-Pacific strategic landscape, where alliances and rivalries are constantly evolving. This isn't just a military sale. It's a bold statement of alliance and intent, coming at a time when tensions are rising in the South China Sea, and regional security is under the spotlight. The F-16s would dramatically upgrade the Philippines' defense, giving its air force a technological edge and moving it closer to a credible external security posture that can deter potential aggressors. For decades, Manila has sought to modernize its military, often struggling with outdated equipment and limited resources. These jets could finally provide a real deterrent against regional threats, boosting both confidence and capability. The deal is being watched from Beijing to Canberra, as it has the potential to redraw the balance of power in Asia and influence the calculations of other regional players. America's offer goes beyond rhetoric, translating promises into tangible support for a key ally, and demonstrating a commitment to shared security interests in the face of growing uncertainty. The move responds directly to new security challenges, where maritime disputes, gray zone tactics, and unpredictable flashpoints are the norm in the South China Sea. Within the Philippines, the proposal has sparked debate over cost, sovereignty, and strategic priorities, with some questioning whether the investment is worth the risks and others seeing it as essential for national defense. The journey from proposal to reality will define the future of the U.S.-Philippines alliance and could shape the region's stability for years to come, as both nations navigate a complex and rapidly changing environment. The world is watching, and the stakes are high as the Philippines stands at a crossroads, with its choices set to echo across the Indo-Pacific. The U.S.-Philippine Defense Alliance, anchored by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, has stood as a cornerstone of security in Southeast Asia for over 70 years. This enduring partnership was born out of a shared commitment to mutual protection and regional stability, at a time when the world was still reeling from the aftermath of World War II. Over the decades, the alliance has weathered dramatic political, social, and military changes, adapting to new realities as the Philippines and the United States both evolve. From the strategic Cold War-era bases at Subic Bay and Clark, which once served as vital hubs for U.S. operations in the Pacific, to today's joint military exercises and humanitarian missions, the partnership has continually adapted to shifting threats, from conventional warfare to disaster response and counter-terrorism. Nationalist movements and changing public sentiment in the Philippines once led to the closure of U.S. bases in the early 1990s, but shared concerns over regional security, especially in the face of new challenges in the South China Sea, have kept the alliance strong and relevant. Agreements like the Visiting Forces Agreement and the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement have ensured ongoing military collaboration, allowing for joint training, pre-positioning of equipment, and rapid response to crises. In recent years, the alliance has seen a revitalization, with more frequent and complex joint drills, expanded intelligence sharing, and increased U.S. military aid as both nations confront new and emerging security challenges. U.S. support and training programs have helped the Philippines modernize its armed forces and better defend its territory, especially in contested maritime areas. The recent offer of F-16 fighter jets is the latest sign of renewed commitment, reflecting a long, complex history of cooperation and trust building. This isn't just a transaction, it's the culmination of decades of evolving partnership, marked by both challenges and achievements. The alliance has proven resilient, evolving from post-colonial roots to a modern, equal partnership that values sovereignty, cooperation, and shared interests. The fighter jet deal could open a new chapter in defense relations, shaped by cost, strategy, and a renewed sense of shared values and purpose. How both nations navigate this pivotal moment will define the alliance's future, setting the stage for the next era of U.S.-Philippine cooperation. The South China Sea is a global trade artery and a flashpoint for conflict, with China's sweeping claims overlapping the Philippines' maritime zones. Despite a 2016 international tribunal ruling in Manila's favor, Beijing has built militarized islands and harassed Philippine vessels. These aggressive tactics threaten Filipino livelihoods and sovereignty, fueling Manila's push for military modernization. The F-16s are seen as essential for closing capability gaps and deterring further Chinese encroachment. Washington views the deal as a way to reinforce the rules-based order and support a frontline ally. The jets would project power over Philippine waters, signaling that coercion will be met with strength. The urgency of the deal is shaped by the shadow of China's growing assertiveness. The Philippine Air Force has long sought to shift from internal security to credible external defense. After retiring its last supersonic fighters in 2005, the PAF relied on FA-50 light combat jets, useful but limited. The F-16 Block 70 would be a generational leap, offering advanced radar, avionics, and weapons for true multi-role capability. This modernization isn't just about hardware, it's about building a sustainable, self-reliant defense force. The deal would include training, logistics, and maintenance support, ensuring operational readiness. Compatibility with existing platforms could streamline costs and logistics. For the PAF, acquiring F-16s would be the crowning achievement of its modernization drive. The U.S. State Department's $5.6 billion F-16 offer to the Philippines is a comprehensive package, including 20 brand-new Block 70 jets, a suite of advanced weapons, and extensive support services. This proposal is designed not just to modernize the Philippine Air Force, but to transform its capabilities for the next generation. These jets are equipped with cutting-edge ASA radar, state-of-the-art avionics, and digital cockpit systems that rival those of the world's most advanced air forces. Enhanced safety systems and training programs will give Filipino pilots a decisive edge in both combat and peacetime operations, boosting confidence and operational effectiveness. Lockheed Martin and U.S. officials tout the deal as a major step forward for Philippine self-reliance, regional security, and deeper alliance integration with the United States. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has urged regional partners to strengthen readiness and deterrence, especially amid rising tensions and growing threats from China in the South China Sea. The price tag, however, is staggering, nearly matching the Philippines' entire annual defense budget, raising tough questions about affordability and national priorities. Financing such a massive purchase is a major hurdle, requiring creative solutions, possible loans, and careful long-term planning. While the U.S. has provided some security aid and equipment in the past, this deal would require a much larger commitment. Manila would need significant additional support, and crucially, congressional approval in both countries, to move forward with the purchase. The financial challenge is central. Can the Philippines realistically afford this leap in capability, and is it the best use of limited resources? The decision will require balancing the strategic benefits of modern air power against the fiscal realities facing the nation. Ultimately, the outcome will shape not only the future of Philippine defense, but also the strength and direction of the U.S.-Philippine alliance for years to come. The stakes are as much economic as they are strategic, making this decision one of the most consequential in the region's recent history. Despite U.S. approval, the F-16 deal faces uncertainty after Philippine Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro publicly questioned its status. Teodoro called the announcement media hype, suggesting no formal commitment from Manila and raising doubts about affordability. Some see this as a negotiating tactic for better terms, others as a reflection of budget constraints and competing priorities. Reports indicate the Philippines may prioritize coastal defense and surveillance over high-end jets, sticking to an earlier, strategic roadmap. The debate is classic: invest in asymmetric defenses or pursue advanced platforms for parity. Meanwhile, joint exercises with U.S. F-16s continue, highlighting the benefits of interoperability. These drills strengthen the case for acquisition, but the deal remains in limbo. The final decision hinges on reconciling strategic ambition with financial and political realities. The F-16 offer has triggered strong reactions across Asia. China sees it as U.S. interference and a challenge to its dominance, while some ASEAN states quietly welcome a stronger Philippines. Others, wary of polarization, fear the deal could force smaller nations to choose sides and undermine regional neutrality. U.S. allies like Japan and Australia view the move as reinforcing the regional security network and alliance credibility. The jets would boost interoperability and enable more complex joint exercises with partners. For the Philippines, the massive cost could spark domestic debate over spending priorities. For the U.S., the deal supports defense industry jobs and reaffirms its role as a security guarantor. The social and economic impacts will shape public opinion and policy in both countries. Analysts say F-16s would give the Philippines a credible deterrent, raising the cost of aggression and strengthening diplomacy. The jet's advanced radar and interoperability with U.S. forces are seen as game-changers in the contested South China Sea. However, some warn the deal could spark an arms race, prompting China to further militarize and escalate tensions. Experts urge a balanced approach, combine modernization with diplomacy to avoid miscalculation. Economists caution that the true cost of the jets, including maintenance and upgrades, could far exceed the initial price. Without sustained U.S. support, the Philippines risks acquiring jets it can't afford to operate. The deal's success depends on realistic funding and long-term planning. Otherwise, a strategic asset could become a financial liability. The F-16 saga captures the Indo-Pacific's defining drama: great power rivalry, alliance choices, and the quest for security. The deal's fate hangs between ambition and fiscal reality, with global implications. If it proceeds, it could reshape deterrence in the South China Sea and reaffirm U.S. commitment to its allies. If it falters, it may force Manila to rethink its security strategy and test the limits of the alliance. The stakes demand transparency, public debate, and careful diplomacy to avoid escalation. A modernized Philippine military is only part of the answer. Broader strategies must integrate diplomacy and economic cooperation. The decisions made now will shape Asia's security for decades. The world must stay engaged and vigilant as this pivotal chapter unfolds. Every choice will help determine whether the region's future is defined by stability or strife.